Welcome to another video, and it's time for the Duelist Cup, and I got a very spicy video today because I got Mermails with the new card. I don't know how to say this. Cartorhyn, the hidden gem of the Seafront. Now, this card is extremely spicy, especially in Mermails. What it does, usually people place in Adamantipators. You discard it, and it gives you an additional normal summon of a water monster. And that's all we need it for, additional normal summon. And you're going to see why that's great in a minute. Our opponent is playing Runic Sprites. Is this tier 0? Is this a tier 0 format where Runic Sprites is the best deck and no one can beat it? But we're just going to have to find out. Now you notice we got the Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cyclone, pretty great spell. Useful to banish the Runic Field spell, which is protectable with the Runic Huggin. Opponent doing their little sprite play. They got the perfect board. They got the Runic spells. They got the Masquerena. They're living the dream, right? Wrong. We're going to show them the real dream. Alright, first problem we got here. Opponent is able to resummon with Sprite Elf. They're able to resummon the carrot. So we got to use our Cosmic before that carrot comes out. But let's start by activating Megalo. Opponent going to respond with a Sprite Elf. We are going to hit him with the Cosmic Cyclone. And you might be saying, hey, are you going to pop the field spell? Nah. You know why? Because opponent only has one card in hand. Let's take a look at their graveyard. They got exactly one Runic spell in the graveyard. Now, if this is a Runic spell, sure, maybe they could add to hand, but I'm pretty confident that opponent doesn't have that in hand. I think their hand spell is a second copy of Runic Fountain, because I know while I was talking, you may not have been paying attention, but I was paying attention, and one of the first things opponent did was they activated their Huggin and searched the Runic Field spell, but they did that after they had already activated the Runic Field spell, so that means that last card in hand, that's a second copy of the Fountain. So why waste my Cyclone popping the Fountain when, you know, we could just pop one of these back rows here. So let's pop the back row. I'm going to give you my reasoning right now. Opponent had a Slumber set on the field, so they could have activated if we popped the Fountain anyway. Now, we're banishing this, so it's not going to go to the graveyard, meaning they can't draw 2. They can only draw 1 if they activate the Fountain now. Our Megalo gets summoned, the carrot gets summoned. 2 effects are going to trigger. We got Dragoons in the graveyard, we have Prince in the graveyard. We're going to resummon that Dragoons. Dragoons is going to give us a search. Opponent is choosing to draw the 1. Hopefully what they draw isn't too powerful. But you know what? I think we can deal with the card in hand. We're going to summon that Dragoons to the field, and we're going to search for a Deep Sea Diva. We have not normal summoned yet. Opponent going for the Masquerena. Are they going to do the surprise, the scare, the jump scare? Mekk-Knight Crusadia Abramax. It is not the jump scare. I was worried about the waifu. Alright, well, let's tribute with the Megalo. We can tribute Dragoons to get a second attack. Opponent also had set of Freezing Curses. Really not sure why they did the draw with the Fountain. They could have saved that. Potentially draw another card. Opponent going to negate Megalo's effect to attack twice. That is okay. Banishing a bunch of cards. We're going to get the effect of the Dragoons in graveyard since it was tributed to search for a second Deep Sea Diva. Normally, 2 Deep Sea Diva pretty clunky, but with Cartorhyn, the hidden gem, we'll just call him hidden gem from now. We're going to get some extra Diva spice. Let's summon the Prince. Prince going to send a heavy to the graveyard, add a heavy to hand. That means we get poppin'. Pop the Gigantic Sprite. Now, we cannot target Mekk-Knight Crusadia Abramax, but there are other things we can do to it. Let's get Tatsunoko on field. Let's summon the Millen Glacia. Make them discard these last 2 cards. Just whittle away all their resources here. That gets that second Fountain. We knew about that. Baron the Fleur out here now. And let's show off the power. Hidden Gem. Summon. Deep Sea Diva. Activate. Get a second Heavy. Now, I thought I might be able to summon the Heavy, since Heavy gives you an additional normal summon. But that does not work. So my plan to summon this and then link off into a jump scare surprise. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? At the top. At the top. I was going to use Underworld Goddess, steal the Mekk-Knight Crusadia, but you need to use, I'm not sure why, you need to use 4 monsters to do this. I thought because, or 5 monsters, sorry, to do this. I thought because this is a link 4, I could just use this as like 2 link value and do the rest with 3 monsters, but apparently that's not how that works. You let me know how Yu-Gi-Oh works. I don't know. So I decided I would do something else. We're going to hop the Sprite Carrot. We are going to Synchro into the Supreme Sovereign, and we're not going to battle here because Mekk-Knight Crusadia wins the battle. We don't want that. Opponent can't attack next turn. Let's give him another turn. Opponent drawn a singular card. skipping their battle phase. Back to our turn. Let's pop with Baron. Trigger Che-Ying's non-targeting banish from the field and graveyard. Get rid of this Avramax. And opponent is out of here. They're not even letting us do our extra spice. I was going to summon that heavy infantry, go into a link to Cat Shark. When you detach a material with Cat Shark's effect, it would pop with the heavy. That would have been pretty sweet, but opponent just giving up. Sprite, Runics, the best deck in the format, losing to Hidden Gem of the Seafront. All right, I'm going to have the full deck list at the end of the video. If you like this game, be sure to subscribe to the channel. But stick around, I got some more games with this deck list. Let's get going. All right. Now, in older versions of the deck, I was playing DPE, Fusion Destiny. I did end up taking that out, so we'll talk about that at the end of the video. Stick around. We're going to do or try and do our full combo here, and this is a bit spicy. You haven't seen this on my channel before. We're going to search for Deep Sea Minstrel with the Dragoons. Take a peek at the opponent's hand, and you'll notice we didn't discard the Dragoons here, and there's a good reason for that. Take a peek at the opponent's hand. Opponent. Got Joe Biden over here playing trains. Alright, let's steal their Call by the Grave. Not really worried about Call by the Grave, as in a card that we want to discard. We're planning to make them discard too. Let's show off the new combo. We got Yugioh Defender. This is very spicy. Yugioh Defender lets you summon another Yugioh Defender. And then we're going to go into a Hashima. This is our budget Hulk of Firebrax. Summoning the 2 Dragoons. We're going to make Bahamut Shark. And I know what you're saying. Where's Toad? You can't make Toad anymore. I know, and I'm very sad. We're going to make Nightmare Shark. Search for the Moulin Glacia with the discarded Dragoons there. That counts as an activation of an effect. And that's 5 waters in the graveyard. We search for the Moulin Glacia. We got to make them discard 2 cards. Send those trains to the graveyard. Let's special summon Black Ray Lancer. Special summon the Utopic Future. Link up into the Utopic Draco Future, and we got DP on top of this. Like I said, I took DP out, but right here it's the icing on the cake. We got Pop, we got Monster Negate and Steal, we got Maxi, we got Ash Blossom. Now, you know what? I hate Maxi. As much as everyone else, I hate it. But we have to run it because one of the outs to Maxi, Cross Out Designate, requires you to play Maxi. Don't blame me. Blame the system. Opponent activating Heavy Forward. Now this is an MST negate situation. When this card is activated, you can add. If we pop it, you can't. You just can't. MST negate. DPE pop and negate. Showing off a little spice here. This boy can't be destroyed. So we pop him with DP's effect. Nothing moves anywhere. Opponent drew a Therion King Regulus. That is a little annoying because that's going to negate our negates. So we are going to negate the Therion King. It is a once per turn. But we're out of negates now. We got Ash and Max C. Opponent activating Mechanic Redeployment, and I don't know anything about trains here. And I was like, okay, I get the choice. I can either resolve Max C or I can resolve Ash Blossom. I'm going to choose to resolve Max C because whenever anyone resolves Max C against me, I always lose. So let's just negate with the Ash, bait that Call by the Grave, which we know about. They get this one activation, and now we get Max C. Alright, opponent. Are you going to take the Max C challenge? Opponent adding. Special summoning. Oh, they are taking the Max C challenge. Unfortunately, we already activated Ash, so we can't activate it again. And opponent is going ham. Is Machina Redeployment going to take them all the way? We'll just have to find out. This monster is indestructible. DPE is reducing their attack points. Hashima not doing anything. Moulin Glacia not doing anything. Opponent is summoning more trains, though. And there's nothing we can draw. We don't play Nibiru. There's that one cross out. We're not playing Nibiru, so you know, we don't have any more interaction for the opponent here. And opponent is doing quite a lot of things. Again, there are trains on the field. 2 level 10 trains. Opponent drawing 2 cards. What was that? Pot of Greed. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon. Linking up into the Super Dreadnought. And it's got 6,000 attack somehow. And they're hitting us. And hold on a second, they're attacking multiple times. Oh my goodness, I should have summoned that in defense mode, and we are out of the game. Alright, I never expected trains to be able to lethal us through all of that interruption, but clearly I just don't know how important that card was, because if I just played a little bit better, I could have negated that with my Ash Blossom. Alright, let's go on to the next game. Alright. Now you also notice we're not playing in the event anymore. This is just games on rank ladder. Event only opened today, so, well, today is yesterday, if you're watching this video. Opponent hitting us with the Imperm, negating our Prince. Now that's not usually the worst. Usually can play through that. We do still get the Dragoons activate in the graveyard, searching for the Megalo. Let's activate the Megalo. Get 2 searches here. Dragoon's gonna search. Dragoon's gonna search. We already got our Moulin Glacier in hand. Deep Sea Diva to the hand. Dragoon searching for a heavy infantry. And we're gonna try something a little spicy here. We're gonna make a Abyssalacia, go into the Moulin Glacier, and normally this is where the combo would end. We make him discard 2, hitting Sprite Starter Dark Beckoning Blast. But we are gonna let it end. We're gonna let it end. Things aren't getting too spicy. Hold on. Opponent summoning a Dino Wrestler Prankatops. Let's activate Abyssalacia. Discard heavy. Get the Abysstheus. Heavy gonna pop the Pankratops. Pankratops gonna respawn and pop the Moulin Glacier, letting us keep Abyssalacia. Don't usually see Dino Wrestler Prankatops in sprites. Opponent set 2. Not quite the T-set pass, but almost. Alright, now we're gonna show off the spice. Let's get our Deep Sea Diva summoning. Opponent hitting Deep Sea Diva with the Imperm, and there we go. This is the end. You're like, Deep Sea Diva got negated. I'm out of here, but we got 1 extra spice. Let's use Small World. Search using Yamato Orochi as the bridge. Get the Cartorhyn, the hidden gem, and let's activate the hidden gem. Get ourselves the 2nd Deep Sea Diva normal summon. Not a once per turn. We get the Prince. We get to activate the Prince, and we get to go full combo. Let's get not popping, but opponent. They are done. They don't want to see any more combo, and they're out of here. Alright. That was sweet. Let's go on to the next one. Alright. Still got that Fusion Destiny in here. Let's Deep Sea Diva. Get the Prince. Prince. Gonna get Dragoons, and we're gonna do the full combo. You saw this against our Trains opponent. You know, usually it's pretty good if you can get it off. Goyo Defender summoning. Gotta be careful with this. If you have any other monsters on field, you can't activate its effect to summon another Goyo Defender. Hashima. Summoning the Bahamut Shark. Bahamut Shark gonna activate Detach. Summon the Nightmare. Get a search with a Deep Sea Minstrel. Let's take a peek at the opponent's hand. Opponent is playing very nasty Floodgate Runics. There can only be 1. Goes in match, Runic Fountain, Freezing Curses, and a Dark Ruler no more to negate all our monster effects. I would very much like to make opponent discard all of these cards, but we only get 2. We're going to take the Goes in match. That's the least impactful on us since we're mostly playing waters. Make our opponent discard 2. Dark Ruler no more, Freezing Curses hit. So they got the field spell, and they got the... there can only be 1, I believe. And opponent is conceding on... Hold on a second. Opponent giving up on seeing us summon the Utopic Draco Future. Alright. Well, you know what, opponent? If you're that afraid, then you're that afraid. Let's go on to the next game. Alright. Let's get going with the Prince. Prince activate. Send Dragoons, add Dragoons. Give us the Minstrel. Let's take a peek. Take a peek. Opponent has Torrential Tribute, Memories of Hope, Reload, Lava Golem, and a Numeron Wall. Numeron Wall. We're playing against Numerons. Alright. Numerons wants to go second. They made us go second. Let's see if we can pull out the victory here. Searching for Lapis Dragon. Gonna give us a special summon. Gonna let us make the Abyssalacia. We got Heavy in hand to pop. We got Max C to draw cards. Let's hope we can live through the Numerons. Opponent. What are you gonna do? Opponent. Activate Numeron Wall. We knew about this. We're gonna discard Abyssalacia. Now there's a reason we're doing this. Because in response to the Numeron Wall's effect, we're gonna have to pop a card. And there's gonna be a card on the field at the time. There we go. So now Numeron Wall's on the field. Instantly pop with Heavy. Can't activate. Got him. Opponent activate and reload. Draw in 4 new cards. Again, they plan a Pathfinder. That means they got it. Numeron is online. They're Numeron networking. Alright. Well, they're going to activate. Let's hit him with the Max C. Now it does summon 4 monsters, but you only get 1 card because they get all summoned at the same time. Is that fair? I don't think so. Doesn't seem fair to me. Opponent summoning their Numerons, giving us a Cosmic Cyclone, attacking into Abyssalacia. Now Abyssalacia can save us from death here. Would be certain death, but Abyssalacia going to pop 2 Numerons. Send a Heavy to the graveyard. Well, I say pop 2 Numerons. It's going to deal with 2 Numerons. Heavy to the graveyard. Special summon the Minstrel. Heavy going to pop. Minstrel going to activate. Send a bunch of cards to the graveyard. What cards do we send? Cartorhyn, a Ash Blossom, and a Mermail Abyss. We also get to put a card from our graveyard on top of the deck. Let's put Prince on top. Nice little draw for next turn. Heavy gonna pop one of the Numerons. Opponent gets to attack into our Deep Sea Minstrel, and they got nothing left. No more attacks. Got him. Opponent going into Infinitrack Fortress, giving us an additional draw. Setting 2. Passing to us. Alright. Let's go. Cosmic Cyclone, banish the back row. We hit a Mirror Force, no, Magic Cylinder. Let's give our opponent a nice, beautiful turtle. You're welcome. Let's summon Neptibus, foil Neptibus for the maximum value. Opponent negating. Don't care. Neptibus has already done his value. In the graveyard. Dragoon's going to activate. Give us a search for a Sea Serpent. Get us that Heavy. Let's get activated. An Abyss Megalo. Discard 2. Get popping. Pop the face up with the Heavy. Pop that Numeron Network. Prince going to resummon a monster from the graveyard. Get us that Dragoons on the field. Let's tribute. 2 attack twice. Get ourselves another search for a Sea Serpent. Get ourselves a Deep Sea Diva. Haven't used already used our normal summon this turn, but opponent's down to 1 card. Let's finish things off. Make the Verte go full DPE. DP gonna get popping, but there's nothing left to pop. But if they play that Numeron field spell, instant poppage. Opponent, what do you got? Opponent is out of here. Clapping Numerons with pure Mermails. Alright, let's go on to the deck list. Alright, here is my Duelist Cut Mermails deck list. I'll go through the list, then I'll talk about how the deck does, what its weaknesses are. Alright, so let's get going. First off, Triple Prince. This card's great. Starts all your plays. All goodness. Yamato Orochi. You saw a couple times. This card really good, especially with the heavy infantry. Normal, synchro. Into a level 10. Only 1 max C draw. That's not the worst. And there are other ways we can do that as well. If we have Cartorhyn in hand, you know, end up with a monster on field, you summon the Yamato Orochi, get normal summoning, get synchro in. It's value. Triple Deep Sea Diva, great with Cartorhyn. The reason, so there are other ways to get additional waters on field before. You know, we had Ice Street Tremora, but Tremora is a special. Cartorhyn gives you an additional normal, which means Deep Sea Diva will trigger. You saw it, just gets to trigger multiple times. That's value. Triple Max C, Konami, please ban this card. Triple Atlantean Heavy Infantry. Triple Cartorhyn, we're just showing this off. Would I really recommend you play 3 in this deck? I honestly don't think so. It's a good little extender, but I don't know if you really want to have 3 copies of it, because if you draw this and, you know, too many other like monsters that you can't like actually make plays with, it's not great. 2 Cartorhyns on field can give you a Cat Shark, that's why that's in here, but overall, the card was a good extender, but I feel kind of medium. We'll talk about that at the end. Alright, Triple Ash Blossom, 1 Deep Sea Minstrel, Triple Dragoons, 1 Abyss Pike, we got 1 Lapis Dragon, Abyss Megalo, Abyss Teus, a Glacia, a single Gameciel, Feather Duster to deal with spells, Small World, and 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Call by the Grave to deal with Max C, and Crossout Designate to deal with Max C. We also got Triple Imperm. Alright, we'll talk about the flex slots. Triple Imperm, this is where the DPE package was. Alright, in the Triple Imperm slot, and with the Feather Duster. So these are the 4 cards in the main deck that I was swapping in and out. So if you want to move things around, these are pretty good. Alright, in the extra deck, Tatsunoko, 2 Goyo Defenders, Baron de Fleur, Sword Soul Supreme Sovereign, Number F0 Utopia Future, Draco Future, the Cat Shark, the Nightmare Shark, the Bahamut Shark, the Full Armor Black Ray Lancer Zeus, Mermail Abyssalacia, Ahashima, and the Underworld Goddess. Alright, so let's talk about the deck. Weaknesses of the deck, Max Seed. You get Max Seed, it's really bad. Especially getting Max Seed. I was playing, I didn't show you all the games, but there were games where I would get Max Seed going first, and then I would have to wait, not combo, and then on my turn again, they would hit me with another Max Seed. The card really kills this deck. That is the one weakness. That's why we're running as many answers to Max C as we can. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 answers to Max C. And honestly, if you get hit by Max C and you don't have one of your answers, you're gonna have a really rough time unless you got a really solid hand. Other fun, spicy things. We talked about Cartorhyn being at 3 in here. It's a great bridge with Small World because it's level 2 Water Rock. Being Rock type means it's real different from all the other cards in our deck. So a really great bridge, very easy to get through to with Small World. So probably a big change that I would recommend that you could do is cut a Cartorhyn and play another Small World, because Small World really good getting whatever you want, just combo start. That's maybe a lot of value. In the extra deck, the Tatsunoko and the Underworld Goddess were the cards that I was using DPE Verte. So this was DPE Verte before. I swapped them out, and that's why we got them in here. The 2 Goyo Defenders, that combo with Goyo Defender is really cute. Normally the combo that I would do with Deep Sea Diva would make a Baron de Fleur or a DPE or a Mermail Basileia and discard 2. And that was pretty good, but I think the Omni Negate with the Ahashima is actually a bit better, especially because if you're going second, I didn't show you this, there was a longer game that I didn't show where I was playing against Labyrinth, and I actually used the effect of Ahashima to pop their back row, because he has an effect if you have an XE monster in a zone he points to. When you activate its effect, it pops a card, a spell and trap on the field. So Ahashima actually pretty useful at popping spells, and I've talked about how heavy this meta is with spells. So that's why we got 2 Cosmics and a Feather Duster. Yeah, and then the Imperms. I was playing extenders in this slot before. I tried the Shark card. I tried Abyss Shark, the Shark card Abyss Shark, and in that slot with Crystal Shark, and I also tried the Verte DPE package. And honestly, like, I was finding, because the deck's so weak to Max C, you really want a non-special summoning answer in that slot, so that's why I swapped it with Imperm. There's probably other things you could put in this slot that might be a bit better, maybe a bit more defensive. Imperm's pretty good as a hand trap, but it can't like win you the game. It only stops your opponent, so that's something to consider. Maybe what you could put in this slot instead of Imperm, because Imperm's good, but it's medium. It doesn't save you, and often decks can play through it. Maybe you should run a Nibiru, who knows. Alright, that's really all I got to say about this deck. I guess we talked about Cat Shark. He's cute, you get him with heavy infantry. When you activate his effect, it's a face-up pop with the heavy, and you can use them to make Zeus. Alright, yeah, I mean, that's the deck. Hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have your own Mermail list. Let me know if there's other Goyo Defender combos I could be doing, because this is a pretty fun little combo to do. And yeah, if you've tried out Cartorhyn the Hidden Gem, let me know how you think it is. Alright, hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.